I agree with Brian Mullen. I looked at his math and he's spot on. It's what I always thought in the back of my mind while I was learning it in university. University doesn't want their students asking the question why, because they have no fucking clue. Today's scientists substitute mathematics and textbooks for actual experimentation. The flat earth community actually goes out there and takes the measurements, does the experiments, and sees for itself. You can make fun of us from now till the end of time. I really don't care. And you can sit there and brag to me what a really nice life you have because you're a really good cog in a wheel. I'm really not interested in things of this world. What interests me about flat earth is the prophetic premonitions that people get, including my own. Now, I would like to state that 2 years before flat earth ever hit the scene, I dreamt of it, and I had no idea what I was looking at. I was on a set of stairs, and I was looking off into the horizon, but I could see what seemed to be infinity. And I'm like, what the hell am I looking at? You want to sit there and say, nobody gives a shit about the spiritual aspect. Nah. Get down to the experiments. It's like, dude, for the diehard flat earthers out there, we've already done the experiments. We've already seen for ourselves. We've already taken telescopes and pointed them at Polaris for like months on end. We've done the crazy experiments that you're too lazy to go out to do. And a lot of us are beyond that now, you know. So like, you need to, before you comment and make fun of me, you need to catch up and see what we've seen. And then you can have a conversation on this level. Now, basically, what I'm trying to get at is that each and every human being has a prophetic capability to get glimpses of the future, and this is what really interests me. How the hell did I know flat earth was gonna come about 2 years before it ever happened? I was just an average, you know, I believed in space travel. I believed in all that, you know, I was a huge NASA, I wanted to be a NASA engineer, you know. I applied to MIT, you know, I applied to MIT during a time when the dean of admissions didn't have a degree herself. It's all bullshit. Everybody's faking it, you know. Like, you think it's bullshit, you know. When somebody becomes a doctor, doesn't mean they know anything, you know, like a PhD, you know, doesn't mean they know any. Well, yeah, even a regular doctor out there, they start up something called a practice because they need to practice on you because they still don't know what the hell's going on. Because if they knew what was going on, people wouldn't be dying. And they're doing their best. They're doing their best. Everybody's doing their best, but listen, man, you know, like Steve Jobs said, nobody's smarter than anybody else in this world. And he was right. Nobody is smarter than anybody else. And what you need to realize is that if you have an original idea or original thought, you don't need permission from the rest of the world to get it out there to the rest of the world, you know? If it's just an idea, you can post it on YouTube. If it's, you know, something you want to make, you can literally find a million different avenues to sell it. Just like Steve Jobs said, you can poke back at this world that we exist in, and it'll give you a result. And you got people out there that want to be the self-proclaimed leaders of flat earth and what have you. It's like, dude, it's not just you. So get lost. And nobody really gives a shit about the hate mongering. Now back to the telepathic abilities of human beings. There's something special about us beyond this. All right, let's say the whole world finally sees the light and understands that the world is flat and motionless and the universe is spinning around us. And everything we've been shown pretty much is a lie. 99.9999% of everything is a lie because we're run by, the powers that should not be, that are some satanic cult is what they are. And they really are in charge. Satanic cults are in charge. Don't kid yourself. Let's say the world corrects itself, and finally the truth is out and everybody accepts the truth. There is still another level to us, the unspoken. Nobody wants to deal with it, let the dead rest where they are. There's still something more to us. Nobody, you have mainstream science, you have atheists saying, oh, this is as good as it gets, but no, there's still something more to this existence. It's the whole purpose of existence that puts into motion the whole idea of perception. Like we're perceiving that the earth is now flat. Without us being into being, it would, like even the existence of God is like, pointless if we didn't exist. Do you understand? Like all of this is about us. And every feeling and emotion every human being has felt since the dawn of time. For some reason, we don't know what this place is about. We have no clue. I like that movie, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because they were looking for the meaning of life. And they built a computer in order to ask the meaning of life. And the computer gave out a stupid number, which was 42. I know it was a Masonic movie and numerology and all that stuff, but the whole premise of that book and movie was that an ancient civilization built a supercomputer to find out what the meaning of life was. And that supercomputer happened to be the shape of Earth, where they could come down and mess with the synapses. Us, we're the nodes in the supercomputer here, coming up with the ideas, trying to understand what the meaning of existence is all about. Nobody would give a shit about anything if we didn't exist. So what is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of existence? I think Mr. Rogers said it best. Everything you do in this lifetime is for love or the lack of it. For the diehard flat earthers, we already know an unbelievable truth. That we've been lied to on a scale that's unimaginable. Okay. But there's another level to us, There's a whole nother level. And some of you are afraid to say it. There is an unexplainable, ethereal aspect to us. I would just like to go back to that movie, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. They were revealing flat earth in that, if you were paying attention in that movie, because there was a sideways elevator that kept going on forever. It's pretty hard to do on a globe. Like, I am 100% convinced there is a group of people that know exactly what's going on this plane of existence, even beyond what the flat earthers have uncovered. And they have been slowly letting it out. And the flat earth awakening has been, in a way, orchestrated by them. I believe a few of the bigger flat earthers are part of them, like to push the agenda outwards. But I don't really care, I know it's the truth. I know this government has lied to its people on almost every aspect. And yeah, man, it's pretty sad. But then again, being awake, it's a very, very, very lonely existence, because there ain't many people to talk to about this stuff. Which is probably why I make videos, so people can comment. And Some people make fun of me. I don't really give a shit. I really don't give a shit. But I do believe there's something more to us than just our five senses. And people get glimpses of what's to come, which is really weird. I mean, there's got to be some kind of like supercomputer or some kind of consciousness that we tap into. What is that? Like the dream state? What is that whole dream state thing? You know, because that's how I get premonitions. That's how I get them in dreams. So what is that dream state? I've tried mind-altering hallucinogens since I can remember. You know, I'm trying to figure this out. Still haven't figured it out. You know, I don't think many people have figured. I don't think anybody's figured it out. I am 100% convinced in the back of my mind that there is a group of people on this plane of existence that know exactly what's going on, know the absolute truth, and they have more money and power and pull than Bill Gates. You know what I mean? Like Bill Gates is just for show. You don't understand. He's not the real. You know, Warren Buffett is just for show. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's not real power. That's not real wealth. That's like to keep you convinced. Stay in the Matrix. You too could be this. It's like, fuck off. You know, I don't know. I'm just musing here. So if you disagree with me, go ahead, comment. I'll rip you a new one. And if you agree with me, man, tell me what you've experienced. I'd like to know. Am I the only one here that has premonitions, has dreams that I can predict the future?